ladies and gentlemen, another Facebook Live today from the Sahara office. We have real estate extraordinaire, Yvonne Angarola. Did I say your last name right? I did, didn't I? Okay, good. It confuses me with all the vowels.
Yeah.
But anyway, so how are you today?
I'm great.
I know you love doing these, so I appreciate you doing it. Tell us a little about yourself, how long you've been in the business, all that good stuff.
So I've been in real estate 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I started as my third career. So I started out in hotel restaurant management and catering, and then I substitute taught for 10 years when my kids were little. Did all the volunteer stuff, PTA president, all of that, and actually Wendy Weiner gave me my start. She showed me our house, and she said, when you want to go back to work, call me. So I went to work for her and got my license while I was being a TC kind of thing.
That's awesome.
And that was 20 years ago. So now I have my own team.
Which is a lot like being a teacher.
It is, like being a teacher and a parent.
And a parent.
All in one.
And a psychologist.
Yeah.
Well, we interviewed your lovely partner about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Yeah. So
and she had nothing but wonderful things to say about you, teaching her to be a businesswoman and so forth, and that's great.
Yes, and that's been it's been good for me to work with someone in leadership and try to guide her in that direction as well. So
right.
It's great.
Experience and energy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I needed some she's so creative with regard to marketing and developing new business, which is she really thinks out of the box, and I love that about her. So she shares that with me.
That's great. Yeah, Jenny's great. She was a hoot to interview too, because my biggest thing every time I think of her, I think of that I saw like videos and pictures of her doing roller derby.
Oh,
anybody who does roller derby is kick-ass. Let's face it.
Yeah, I went and saw her doing a roller derby.
I would go see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, good. So, and you've been doing some traveling, and didn't you just go to France? That must have been a blast.
Go to France.
Skiing too.
Skiing. I love to ski, so that's part of you have to know your why.
Mm-hmm.
So my why is travel and retirement and spending time with family and friends, and those are my goals. So that all tied together.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and you do it together too, because you travel everywhere and put time in, so you're still kicking butt. Let's face it, you're not anywhere near retired.
Oh, shoot. I'm
just don't tell her.
No, yeah. I definitely have some more time left. I enjoy it. I love it. You got to love what you do. And
right.
I love it. I really love helping people.
Right. I love it too. And that's why you're a teacher. And, here's the other thing too. I mean, you've been doing this for a while, yet you still bring energy and enthusiasm to it every day too, right?
It's very exciting. And people will actually tell you that they can see that you love what you do. So
isn't that great?
I love it. Yeah. I just closed a deal, and she said, I just love your energy, and you did what you said you were going to do, and we closed, and they're thrilled, and now they're on their way to New Orleans. So
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Where if you die of cirrhosis of the liver, you died of natural causes.
I told her to call her next year at our convention. Because isn't it in New Orleans or next year?
It's in New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah, I told her I'd be calling her next year.
That's great. New Orleans was the first place I went to see a Super Bowl, and it was incredible. And we lost the Patriots, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little about how you have a decent sized team. Tell us about the team, and then maybe the team goal too as well.
Yeah, our team goal. So 2020, of course, was phenomenal for everyone. We did, like 60 million in sales. I really tell the team they need to know their numbers. So I think that's the biggest thing that people don't know. They don't know their numbers. You have to show up. If you want to be successful, you have to show up every day. And those who show up are the most successful, and they get the most opportunities. So I do share a lot of my ideals with my team. Every team has a different approach. Our team approach is everyone does get to put everything under their own names, and so I try to develop them so that eventually they'll want to, go out on their own, but hopefully not, because they're very happy and they won't want to go out on their own.
Right.
So far that's been the case. They've been with us for a long time. We have 8 other agents, and hopefully we'll get up to those 2020 numbers. Last year was a little bit less, but for myself personally, it was busier than 2021. So 2022 was even more sales than 2021. So I think constantly setting goals that we evaluate each year, revisit them quarterly. I do quarterly meetups with them. We do set goals with regard to prospecting.
Right.
And
because you have a couple of prospectors that 2 of them I can think of are in my coaching too.
Yes.
Melissa and what's the other one? I can't remember her name.
Sami.
Swami. No, there's 3, and then there's I can see her face, I can't think of her name. But yeah, you have, and they're on the phone, talking to people, they know their numbers, they practice what they're going to say.
And I also said you can also prospect your SOI. That's what my business has been based on. So I've been fortunate enough to have a really successful SOI, and so I prospect them. And we do various reasons, calling, pop-bys, I have little things about visuals.
Let's see it.
So this is, I give something every year to every sale that closes. They get, thank you for helping me wrap up a video. It's wrapping paper. And,
I love it.
yeah, and so that's for every sale. And then I'm just getting ready. I was trying to think of something I can mail to a lot of my investors that live out of state in New York and other areas. So this is, your sale is in the bag when you buy or sell with me. So you put your little card in here, you know, and I can actually put this in an envelope and mail it. So that's going to be the first time I've done like a pop-by mail. I've done a seed packet thing, but constantly touching them. We did trying to provide opportunities and service. We did a talk about your trust, and we did a tacos, and we had an attorney here to talk about creating a trust and why it's important. We also had prosperity come in and speak and how they combine and all the different challenges that people have, and it was wonderful. We had about 50 people. We just, we had our first happy hour. Mix and mingle and mix, or mix and mingle, and that was really wonderful too. And we had chair massages, and we had a good turnout for that, another 50. So, because you have so many different age levels, so we really try to touch them in a lot of different ways. And then we just did confirm our movie for July 1st, which is Indiana Jones. We had Top Gun last year. We had 150 people, and it was really well received. I was delivering popcorn on a little cart with my Team Berkshire shirt. It was a blast. We had so many, and Jenny alone, I know, got 3 deals from our happy hour. You know, I had about 3 to 5 from our movie night. So
now the movie day. Now, do you get a movie theater?
So we get the whole theater.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. Because I know I've heard about it before, and that's got to be awesome when you have 100 and something people, 150 people there. The only thing I have to worry about is, well, you bring them popcorn.
Wrap them popcorn. They do their own drinks.
Now, how do you pick the movie?
We are waiting. I evaluate what movies are coming out. So I picked Top Gun last year, and then this year I was trying to find something during summer.
So the new Indiana Jones is what
the new Indiana Jones 5. I'm probably behind. I think the last one I saw was 2. So I'm really
you got to catch up. See the other
catch up. Yeah.
They're all good.
So anyway.
They're all good. In the Top Gun movie was amazing. It actually shocked me how
Wasn't
good
it?
was. Yeah.
I know.
It was one of those.
Better than the first.
Exactly what I was just going to say.
Rarely happens.
Rarely happens. It was better than I thought the Indiana, but who knows the Indiana Jones movie.
It's just a summer fun one, and I think Carlos on our team is going to be initiating a Polar Express in December, so more kid orientated, because we have a lot of people with little kids. So we thought that would be fun. Try to get. We're still working on logistics, so it's always a challenge.
And we didn't have like an odd hour, so there's.
We do one.
Okay.
It's less expensive for one. It's not a cheap event.
And they're not normally having movies, so you have the whole place to yourself.
Yeah, for that one we could do a different time. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the things, because with your time in the business and repeat and referral and so forth. So those are some of the actions that you do in order to do business, and it's just the right thing to have fun with your sphere at the same time.
Absolutely, and I'm constantly doing things with our sphere, having lunch, meetups, coffee.
So you do those one-on-one?
One-on-one.
Yeah, 150 people having coffee at the same time might get expensive.
I did do a Christmas party at my house. The first year I've had it catered because I have food and beverage background. I usually like to take control and do everything myself, but sometimes you have to say no and let go. So I did have a caterer last year, and it was really nice. I had 50 people, and I love my house at Christmas, so it was super festive.
You decorated up?
Oh yeah, like a 14-foot Christmas tree or something. Wow,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are all just really good. I mean, and it's fun because a lot of these people, what's the old saying? It's tougher to take a family member and make them a client than it is to take a client and make them a friend, right?
Right.
So a lot of these people end up being friends forever after.
Absolutely. A lot of these date back to my husband. I have to thank for that because he was with vice president of a food distribution company. So I would help CFOs and presidents come in, and they'd get them temporary rentals and then get them permanent rentals and have to buy and sell and do, what do we call it? Where we have the referral network through Terry Randall.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I
Reload.
I would do relocation. And and then you spin off from there. I just got one from a gentleman. I sold his girlfriend's home last summer, which is Christy, who I paid back to my husband, and her boyfriend sold his home. He had it listed for 6 months with someone and he couldn't sell it. I went in and did a Twilight tour, staged it, which we do for free with their own things, and bring in a few items, and sold it the first weekend. And he was so excited that he gave us a gentleman who's up in Montana, and he wanted to buy a condo, bought it sight unseen, and I had Carlos help him because I was in France, and so Carlos took him out and assisted him, and from that he has 3 other properties, two properties to sell, and then the person, someone who works for him, we have her on contract on a condo.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
I mean, so that's 4 deals from an original client that worked with, that I sold 20 years ago.
Right, and then obviously the way to start that whole process is just make sure that everybody you're working with, you're doing an incredible job for, which I know you guys do.
Exactly, and that's what he said. He goes, boy, you guys do everything. White glove service. We just met him 2 days ago. Carlos is going to assist me on that, and he goes, you guys really do everything.
That's awesome. Now, okay, so you have parties, you bring them to your house, you cater stuff, you give them popcorn at the movies, happy hours. Do you also like stay in touch with them on the phone?
Phone, note cards. I have a client. She just had back surgery, so she's in Pahrump. I have to go out there tomorrow. I'm going to take her over some flowers. So just try to touch them and stay involved multiple ways, because everyone knows someone.
Yeah. Even social media today like this is very helpful if you have everybody tied in.
Everyone knows.
It's crazy how well it works, actually.
Yeah, and referrals. We try to help people in other places. I have a lot of people in California. If they need agents, we try to work with them, or through my church. I also meet a lot of people.
So awesome. All right. Well, okay. So I'm an agent, and whether I'm new or been doing this business for a while, whatever, in order to become extremely successful in this business, why don't you give me like 2 or 3 of your top things that you would really focus on right from the get-go?
Oh, the things I always tell the agents, I think, on my team when I first start, my mistakes. So when I started, no one told me to keep like I'll say an address book, CRM. You don't have to pay for one. Mine's super old school. I actually use the Contact Manager in G Suite. I physically print it out like your old address book, and I write who I'm going to do a pop-by for, when I do a handwritten greeting card, everything I'm going to do. Maybe one passed away or they had kids, so I make notes on it, and then I print them and revise it again. So keep track of all your clients somewhere,
right?
Otherwise you're going to lose them. You have to show up every day. Life gets in the way, but you have to work around it. I have a lot going on right now with my mom. I still have to be here.
Right.
I have a lot going on, so we have to manage life and work if we want to get to where we want to be, and follow up.
And follow up consistently.
Follow up is really important all the time.
Yeah, I call it semi-stalker lead follow-up.
Absolutely.
You have to be like that.
You do.
They have to know and feel that you are super curious and want to help them, and you have to know everything and you have to stay in touch.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people? Because I think we've given them plenty today, Yvonne.
No, I think just know why you're here, know your why, and give back to the community. I think that's a really important thing too.
Yeah, so I have this on today.
Yeah.
Miracle. What do they call it?
Sunshine Kids.
I lost my mind for a second. There's the Sunshine Kids.
I'm president of a nonprofit in Africa, so that's one thing I've been doing for the last 15 years.
Yeah, tell me a little about and those are some of the pictures I've seen recently too. Tell me a little about what you do there, because I think that's pretty incredible.
We have, we started out with 9 orphans, and we now have 62, and we have our second orphanage in another outlying county of 10. And it's just very sad. This is how grateful we should be to live in the United States. They actually just did a human sacrifice. For children. We are there to protect these children and take them and bring them up to the 2 boys I sponsor. Each child is sponsored by monthly payment. I sponsor 2 boys, and one of them is in college. And he's majoring in agriculture, and he will go back and work at the farm. Well, he's still living there, but he will go be employed and work the farm when he gets back, or finish with college, to give back to them. We do microloans for women. We did 10 wells last year. We built a medical clinic. I do vision clinics when I go. And then everyone here also donates. In fact, I'm getting ready to do a donation for like school type supplies because we take that over. We're like mules. We take 3 suitcases over and just a backpack for us. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Yeah, I've been 4 times. I'll go again next year. We have a lot of other people going this year. But yeah, we're pretty successful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's so awesome.
We have 2 schools. 2 schools, a total of 800 students, and those kids are so thankful to go to school.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures. When you guys go there,
so
they love it.
I mean, no electricity, no running water.
And you guys bring that in for them. I love it. And the thing is that the words that I think you were heading towards is by living in this country is the gratitude.
Gratitude.
Every day we should be all a little bit more grateful because we complain about things that other people would love to have.
Yeah, running water and
just running water alone.
Yeah, no electricity. I mean, my first trip there was so hard to work. I couldn't even call. I had no cell service. Now I can call. But I had no cell service for 2 weeks.
Wow.
That was crazy.
That must have been a shock.
I get no internet. So you really have to trust your systems.
Is that like, where in Africa is it?
In Liberia, West Africa.
Okay.
So we're surrounded by Sierra Leone. So if you haven't done if you don't know anything about it, I was very naive, and they had major civil wars back to back in 1989, and you realize how much history we don't know.
Right. And you have to have like 87 vaccines to go there too, don't you?
I have yellow fever and all that stuff. Still can't donate blood until after July because my last trip was last July. So.
Because it's a dangerous spot to go to.
Yeah, so I'll get to donate again soon.
Awesome.
But no, it's just find something you're passionate about. Even locally, I know in the branch, Amanda's getting ready. She coordinated a thing. We're going to be going in the tunnels to take sandwiches, and we're preparing 200 sandwiches, and we do toiletries for people. We did turkeys at a school last year. We try to do at least 4 volunteer activities as a team, where everyone should have their own passion.
Yeah.
Jenny has hers.
Right. Yeah, my son has to, as part of his scholarship he's getting locally, he has to go and do community service, and he's doing it like the rescue. I think he's getting a little taste of, whoa, this is, I had no idea this was going on while I'm going to school and living my life. And I think a lot of us don't really understand until you look back and it's so much to be grateful for. So much to be grateful for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't take it for granted. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
All right.
Awesome. See you, everybody.